Hello, everyone, and welcome to a special edition of the GetGrowing Weekly Work Session with GetOiling. I'm Coach Ashley, joined today by founders Greg and Amanda Kilwine with a special message, special training, and a Black Friday special for you. Hey, Greg and Amanda.
Hey,
Hello.
that sounds very special today. For all the specials, yeah. We're super excited that you're here today. We're super excited for our guest today, which we'll reveal here in a moment. Yeah, and happy Thanksgiving week and all that fun stuff that goes with that.
Yes. Happy Thanksgiving week to everybody. And we hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful week celebrating with family or friends or wherever you may be located if you can't at this time. Anyway, so yeah, I'm excited for today's training and excited for the special guest today.
Excellent. All right, so we're going to kick it over to our training, and then you'll get to see our exciting Black Friday specials. We'll see you guys soon on the next live call. Now, if you want to make sure you don't miss a single training from us in the future, we do these live every week at noon Eastern, with the exception of holidays like this one. You can go over to getoiling.com/weekly work session. Get on the list. You don't have to be a member of the GetOiling community yet to join. You can be just someone who wants to learn more about how to grow your business, get access to these trainings, get live help on these calls. We look forward to seeing you on a future session live. Now, today we have a really special guest trainer. Does she look familiar to you? Now, unless you're brand new to Young Living or you've been hiding under a rock, you probably know Lindsey Elmore. She is the oracle of all things Young Living. And when I say that, I really mean it, all things. This is someone who you've probably come to know and love for her scientific insights into how oils work. She makes these things incredibly understandable for you, for your members, but that's not all Lindsey has to offer. Lindsey actually has an amazing brain for business, and she breaks that down and brings a lot of training to the fore here on this special edition for you guys. So you're going to learn some business mindset insights from Lindsey. You're going to learn how to simplify sharing. Guys, her approach is so straightforward. If you listen to our trainings, it's going to sound kind of familiar. I love the way that she puts this stuff. And then you're going to understand her big picture strategy for how everything comes together for you to grow your business. And then finally, you're going to learn how you can get access to her training live, exclusives in this call. Be sure that you stay tuned to the end because we are giving away something that you are going to want to get your hands on. Now, without further ado, let's take this over to Lindsey. All right, so we've got Lindsey Elmore here, and we are going to chat with Lindsey about the right way to hustle to grow your Young Living business. Hey, Lindsey.
Hey, thanks so much for having me. I'm excited to be here.
We're thrilled to have you. So tell us about, how you know to hustle, right? Because everybody knows you for your expertise on oils, but what you have, and we'll talk about your club here in just a bit, is really a lot of great information on business development for Young Living. So tell us a little bit about how you focus on hustling, especially here at the end of the year.
Well, I think that a lot of people within Young Living, they go about sharing Young Living not in the best way. They basically put a picture of an oil and say, do you want to buy it? No, I don't know you, like you, or trust you enough to take your advice about anything. So what I encourage people to do is think about the problems that you had when you first joined Young Living. What problems were you facing? Because you didn't just shell out $200 on a premium starter kit for no reason. It wasn't because you randomly were scrolling through Facebook and some high school friend who you haven't seen in 15 years is like, hey, do you want to buy this? No, you had an issue that you were facing. Maybe you read online that candles can be toxic, or maybe you're like, I really want to improve my sleep routine. Maybe you go through in the afternoon and are like, oh, I'm so tired at 3 p.m. every day. You had problems and you heard from someone that you knew, liked, and trusted that, hey, have you ever tried essential oils? These essential oils might really help you to solve the problem that you were facing. So as you begin to share, talk to people. Everybody loves a good story. You know, we don't watch movies as human beings because we don't like seeing people go through character transformations and growth. So as you're sharing Young Living, maybe you post a photo of a bottle of lavender and you talk about 6 months ago, I was struggling to sleep. I didn't have a good sleep routine. I didn't have a way that I could calm down my mind in the evening. Then I started diffusing lavender at bedtime. And I used that as a part of a way that I crafted my overall wellness. When you start talking about, like, I used to have a problem that I couldn't sleep that well. Anybody who is reading that goes, I sometimes struggle to sleep too. Tell me what made it better. And all of a sudden, people become naturally curious about the product because you have told them this product is going to help you to survive. If you have kids that hate doing homework and all of a sudden you can turn on a diffuser that creates an environment where you're like, okay, kids do homework when we smell these aromas, when we do these things. It teaches people that there are ways to improve their life, which is all any of us want. It's the only reason that we buy anything is because we think it improves our lives. And so tell good stories about, I was this way and then I tried this and now my life looks like that. That is what sets you up as a leader. When people understand that, wow, she used to be where I was, that establishes your empathy. And then you also have the authority. You have to have those two things, because here's the thing. A lot of the time we try to make storytelling where we're the focus of the story. No, you're not the focus of the story. The person that you're trying to sell to share with, is the focus of the story. And unless you know what they need, what problems that they're facing, and how you can help them to survive, you're not going to make the sale. So don't try to be Aladdin. Be Genie. Be Genie who shows up and says, hey, Aladdin, I know you want that princess. I can give you 3 wishes. So, you know, you're talking to people. And right now, a lot of humanity is facing collective problems that you can talk to people about. Hey, are you stressed out? 2020 has been stressful. Did you know that by incorporating an essential oil into a 3-minute long meditation, it's been shown to reduce cortisol levels and make you feel less stress? Oh my God, sign me up. Sign me up right now. So find out what problems people are facing and offer solutions specific for their problems is the way that you get people genuinely interested, and not just like, oh my God, here she comes again to ask me if I want to buy this premium starter kit. It's never going to work. It's never going to work until you tell people you have a problem. Here's a potential solution. Give it a try. Then people get excited. You know, I was facing a problem when I first started with Young Living. There was no online database where people could go and find easy to understand, simple science explanations about Young Living's products. So I created it. I created it and said, hey, there is this void where people are asking me questions all day, every day about, how do I know if this supplement is safe while I'm pregnant? How do I know if my cat can be exposed to this essential oil? How do I know? So I created a place to answer questions where anybody can go and get access to the answers right at their fingertips. You have to solve problems if you want people to buy things.
I love that. Thank you so much for sharing that, Lindsay. You guys Hashtag this, put this on your Twitter, retweet Lindsay on this. Be Aladdin, or be the genie, not Aladdin, right?
Yes,
Be the genie. Wave
Yes.
that magic wand. I love that. All right. So in terms of, so we get people interested, right? Because now we're making it about them. Now, what do we do when it's time to share? This is actually something that comes up a lot for folks that work with us that are on our platform. We've got all these tools to help them, automate and get themselves out there. But then sometimes when it comes to actually making the share happen, giving a presentation, for instance, they see someone like you who with a background in science, who can speak on these things authoritatively. How does someone who doesn't have your background carry your authority when it's time to give the presentation?
Well, you're not going to carry my authority. You're going to carry your own authority because, listen, there are women out there that are sharing Young Living that know how to cut hair. You don't want a pair of shears in my hand, but if someone says, this is where I do have authority, and just share it that way. Share what is authentic for you. If you've got 7 children that you homeschool, guess what? There are going to be other moms out there who have homeschool children that need your particular type of authority. You don't have to share like me. Share like you and be your own form of all you have to have is empathy and authority. And so the empathy comes from, I used to be here and now I'm here. My empathy and authority comes from, I used to be a pharmacist in a traditional pharmacy model, and I got frustrated being around people all day that did not want to take ownership of their health and wellness. So I left and I started researching more about essential oils and supplements, and I applied my knowledge as a pharmacist to be able to grant some logic and some meaning to the discussion around essential oils, because there's some cray stuff out there on the interwebs about essential oils. And I was not going to be one of those people who didn't back up what I was saying. But listen, if you are homeschooling your kids, you got a whole community of women that also want to hear about that. If you're a cook and you're cooking with essential oils, teach people about that. If you cut hair and you know a certain brand, a certain cocktail of supplements and essential oils has made your client's hair grow more, great. Share that. So share with your own authority and don't worry about I don't know everything there is to know about essential oils and supplements, and so I can't share. Girl, that is nothing more than you telling yourself, I'm not far enough along, and therefore I can't start. When has that ever worked for you? When has that ever worked? Now, that said, some people like to have some simple understanding of where do I begin? If I've never taught a class, where do I start? Well, as a part of the YL Ed Club, if you head to yledclub.com, you can get access to business tools that help you to teach your own classes. So there are slide decks, there are scripts, there are shareable graphics that you can use to share on social media. If you go through and you say, I've never taught a class and I'm very nervous about it, this is going to make it easy for you because you know that you can study that script and understand exactly what you need to say. And if you deviate from the script, you're not going to hurt my feelings because guess what? That is you being you. And you've got to put your own voice into sharing Young Living. And so my biggest piece of advice is just start. Just do it. Just start. If you are sitting back dreaming about being Royal Crown Diamond, but you're not sharing with people every single day, guess what, Shug? You ain't gonna get there. It's not going to happen for you. So post something on social media and tell me a story. Draw me in to the story of, I once was here, I did these things, and now I am here. That is going to get my attention. And then if people come to you and are like, hey, you know, that post that you did about that cedar wood, I mean, I'm kind of obsessed. I want to know. And then be strategic. These are the lessons that I teach in the 90-day hustle, which spoiler alert is actually a 120-day hustle if you actually want to go for 4 months. Think about it this way. If you share something on social media about super vitamin D and someone reaches, I mean, you guys, there is an overwhelming amount of evidence that lack of vitamin D destroys every single body system that you have. It increases your risk for basically every disease, every infection. If you don't have vitamin D, your body can't function. Well, if you have a personal story about like, my vitamin D levels were low and I didn't even know it, started supplementing, and now I am in this place where I'm able to exercise, where I'm able to play with my kids, where I'm not getting tired at 8 o'clock in the evening like I used to be. If someone reads that and goes, how do I know my vitamin D level's low? What if I need vitamin D? How do I supplement with that? You then need to say, miraculously, because you thought about this, you were smart, I'm teaching a class on supplements next week. Do you want to come and join the class? I'm going to be talking about vitamin D and about even vitamin C and how it can help your immune system, how it can help with stress levels. Whatever it is that transformative story, tell it, and tell it over and over and over again. I hear people say a lot, well, I've already shared that on social media. Do you have any idea how much noise there is on social media? This is a thing too. I think people put too much emphasis on social media. You need to be putting emphasis on your email campaigns. And your email campaigns are actually where you're going to get conversions and get people excited about buying things from you. So when you're sharing on email, on social media, tell your good stories and have a plan on the back end about, hey, I'm teaching this webinar next week. Let's talk about it. Can I answer your questions there? Hey, and think about it too. People always, when they get to the end of the class, they're like, is there anything that I can do to help? You know, thank you so much for teaching this class. What can I do? That's a very common question. Instead of saying, oh, no big deal. Thanks so much for coming. Don't do that. Instead, say to this person, thank you so much for offering. I can teach this class again. Is there somebody that you know that you think would be interested in hosting the class with me that maybe could get 10 people to show up? That is the way that you drive things forward. And here's another thing. I want you to create some motivation in yourself, because staring at that vision board that says, I'm going to be a diamond one day, is not going to get you to diamond. But one of the things that can be a powerful motivator is every single day, 365 days a year, 7 days a week, every single day, I want you to get a yes or a no from someone. Think about all the people like that hey, you came to my meeting a few weeks ago and I haven't heard back from you since. Which premium starter kit can I start you with today? I recommend you start with the essential oil because of this thing that we talked about at the class. If they come back and say, no, I'm not ready, and then you say, okay, great, I'll check back in with you in 3 months. You respect their no, but you have actively done something every single day to grow your downline and to grow your team. And you're not going to reach out to someone that you haven't spoken to in 6 months, that you haven't spoken to in 5 years and say, do you want to buy this thing? No. Talk to the people that have engaged with your content, sent you an email, asked you a question. Those are the people that you want to be sharing with, because they're further down. We talk about funnels, it's a buzzword, marketing funnels. I got people in my funnel, but there is something to say about like social media is casting a very wide net. And of the people that are your followers, a small portion of them are actually going to be interested in what you have to say about a certain product or a certain something. Don't try to cast this huge wide net and go, here's this product, do you want to buy it? It's never going to work. When people engage with you, you are much more likely to get someone to say yes.
That's absolutely right. And for those of you who are watching this right now, you're hearing a lot of familiar echoes here from what you hear on our weekly calls every week. Lindsay, just so I'm clear, this hustle that you guys have inside of the YL Ed Club, you're not just telling them, giving them what, okay, first, it sounds like you're doing, it's a whole strategy here where you're getting people curious, you're getting them engaged, you're leading them to a class, right? And then you've got the whole strategy that follows up after that.
Yes, absolutely. So when you do the hustle, you get each week, you get assignments, videos, and coaching. So there's a social media component. You post about products that you love, why you love them, and how you use them. You have to do outreach assignments because guess what? If you don't meet new people, you ain't gonna make it to Royal Crown Diamond if you're constantly asking your friends and family the exact same things. And so what I do for outreach is I look at, what do you love? What do you love? I don't care what it is. If it's knitting, if it's backgammon, if it's homeschooling, whatever you love, you gotta meet people who also love those same things. Because when you have that common interest, it's going to make them more likely to incorporate your daily health and wellness practices into their daily routines. So there's outreach. Then there's nurturing. I don't know how many of you listening right now signed someone up and then we're like, done, I did it. Guess what? A year from now, they're going to have petered out. They're going to be gone. You have to reach out to your new and existing members and help them understand that you're there for the relationship. You're there. You want to know what problems that they're facing in their lives so that you can help them solve them. You're going to watch videos. You know, I have made quite a few videos in my lifetime, and the classes that you'll be watching will be either designed to help you strengthen your Young Living knowledge so that when you go out there to teach an essential oil class or to teach a thieves class, that you really, really know the details of the products. So the way that the hustle is set up, so let's take thieves as an example. Week 1, you're going to post your favorite thieves product, and you are banned from asking people to buy it. You're just going to talk about what you love, why you love it, and how you use it. Meanwhile, you're going to be watching videos about all the thieves products that I'm going to break down the science and make it easy for you. Then anyone who engages with that post and is like, oh my God, I didn't know chemical cleaners could be harsh and might be the cause of my infertility or my child's crazy behavior every time that I clean my house, then you are going to invite them and say, hey, you know what? I'm actually teaching a class next week all about a non-toxic home. Can I send you an invitation? And that is how you get people to come and be engaged. You've strengthened your knowledge by watching videos so that you're prepared to teach your class, prepared to answer questions, and you're only inviting people that go, wow, I had no idea that this was happening in my home. You have the opportunity to come to 2 live webinars per month when you do the hustle. And then you got to listen to Mary Kay Ash. Mary Kay Ash is the founder of Mary Kay Cosmetics, another direct selling company. And Mary Kay said there's only 2 things people want more than sex and money, and it's praise and recognition. And so you have to recognize people on your team. And so we have assignments for how do you recognize people. And we also have progress reports that help to keep you on task. We want to be your accountability partner. And so that is the basics of the hustle. It's a whole strategy where you're taking care of your current people, you're meeting new people, you're teaching classes, you're sharing on social media, all of those things in a comprehensive plan.
That is amazing. So, you guys, if you have not checked this out yet, if you haven't heard about the club yet, we actually have our own link. You can get a week for free. Is that right?
Yeah, you can always start for free.
Yep, at getoiling.com/the club. So for those of you who have wondered, what do I put into my emails? Lindsay's got advice in here about this. What class do I teach when I follow this online class strategy and have online events with the GetOiling system? You not only have slides, you have scripts that people can follow and adapt to their own language. And then of course with this hustle, you've got the entire strategy to plug that into getting people curious, qualifying those people, getting them set up to go to the class, and then of course the follow-up strategy that follows. That's complete strategy. That's amazing. When I first heard of YL Ed Club, I assumed immediately, okay, well, this is going to have the best product information out there in there. And you do.
Thank you.
Of course. But then now there's this, and this is kind of huge.
Well,
right?
I think it was a natural evolution for me. When I first started teaching about Young Living, people really wanted to know product information. There was a void out there because there was a lot of misinformation online, a lot of people who are just haters, just attacking what is being said about essential oils. And so when I first started, everybody was like, we just are so hungry for product information. Then it took a while, but I think eventually people were like, okay, we think of Lindsay as an educator. And it's like, yeah, but Lindsay is also the CEO of an education company. Like I teach to make a living. And so that opened up the discussion of, well, how do I know how to design a website? How do I know how to send emails? How do I know how do I know what to post on social media? And so that led me to start creating more business content because people were asking for it, and people were asking for, how do I do this more effectively? And, I have bumbled along not knowing how to start a company, run a company. Is my company legal? I don't know. Is it registered with the Secretary of State correctly? I don't know. But you know what? I figured it all out, and now I can teach other people about those lessons as well. So all of you listening today that are, sitting at silver, sitting at gold, and you still don't have an LLC, get your ish together. This is a company you're running. Don't pretend that your Young Living downline is kind of like a fake company. It's a pseudo company. Treat your business like a business and run it like a business. And trust me, you're going to want those tax deductions, all the things. And so you have to run your company like a company, or you're going to give away all of your profits to the US government. You're going to pay 55% in taxes. Don't be that guy. Just don't do it. And so, yes, it has been a natural evolution. People have asked about business training, and, people think about like, okay, Lindsay is a Young Living product educator. Mm-hmm. Lindsay also has 5 brands. So there's the Young Living Education Club. There's my own personal telehealth business where I see patients. I have the podcast that has its own brand. I have Clean Slate Cleanse, which is the gluten-free vegan food brand. And then last but not least is Brand Strategies Lab, which is my business coaching platform for health and wellness entrepreneurs. So I run a lot of companies and I've got a lot going on. And I also understand how to establish things so that you get the greatest return on the efforts that you're putting in to running your Young Living business. And I've also just been so blessed to be mentored by lots of Royal Crown Diamonds. I have been taught by people that have been in this realm for a long time. And so it's easy for me to be able to then turn around and pay that forward and to let other people know that, I didn't know what I was doing at one point in time. Now I know a little bit better. And let me tell you what I did along the way that's going to prevent you from ending up in a state of confusion, frustration, because when you're confused and frustrated, eventually you just give up. And you're going to be taking that Royal Crown Diamond off of your vision board. And that's not okay with me. That is not okay with me. I want people to have tools that give them knowledge, confidence to get out there and share Young Living with others, because the YL Education Club was designed to be the easiest way to educate and grow your Young Living team. If you need product information, it's there. If you need business information, it's there. If you need business tools, it's there. I can lead you to water, but I can't make you drink. You have to put the work in and show up for your business if you want it to grow. This is a tool that can help you to get there.
Awesome. Guys, again, getoiling.com/the club. This sounds like the perfect companion to using your GetOiling system, removing the guesswork about strategy, about what you teach, about the follow-up and how all of it ties together. You can get a free week, getoiling.com/the club. Lindsay, thank you so much for giving your time today to this community. We're so honored to have you here.
Oh, I'm so excited, and I'm excited to see our collaborations going forward. Thank you so much for having me.
Totally.
Awesome.
Thank you.
How cool is that? We're so excited to have Lindsay join us for this training, and we look forward to more of these in the future. You can learn more about the club and how it can help you grow your Young Living business, deepen your understanding of the products you use, and make things easier for you and how you share and how you grow. Head over to getoiling.com/the club. Now, as promised, let's get to these Black Friday specials. First, if you get started with us at Basic and Up for a monthly membership, you're going to get free two-way texting for 3 months. Guys, this is something that we would typically add on to an annual plan. This is something that you are now going to be able to get at Basic and Up for 3 whole months with your GetOiling system when you get started with us at Basic and Up monthly. Now, what this is the ability for you to send texts back and forth from your GetOiling dashboard, right? And for people to be able to respond to a number of your choosing, your own business phone number that you get to use with our system so that you don't have to use your own. This simplifies everything. It eliminates the need for separate texting providers and provides a unified way for you to keep in touch and promote. And you're going to get that for free for 3 months. You're also going to get 200 extra marketing credits per month for life. Now, marketing credits are the currency that powers your GetOiling system and allows you to send out marketing broadcasts. This is the thing that you're using when you send emails and texts. Typically, your plan is going to come with a set number. You could always purchase extra, but you're just going to get those extra per month for life when you sign up at Basic and Above now. You'll also get 50% off Go for Gold. Now, if you watch our weekly work session, you have heard us talk about this almost every week. We contributed to this program that one distributor put together after she went gold with Young Living in just 6 months without hosting classes. You'll find a complete guide to setting up your entire system with GetOiling, understanding how it works with a strategy attached, taught by some pros with this program. If you only have one thing that you use that teaches you how to use your GetOiling system, this is a pretty great place to start. And you're going to get it for 50% off when you get started at Basic and Up. And of course, you will get started for just $1 for your first month. So you can take us up on all of this for just $1 for your first month. And if you're using your friend's link who is a GetOiling member, you'll be able to split a free month together. So you'll get your first month and a half for $1. All right, so let's talk about annual. This is really, really exciting. When you get started at annual, at basic and up, you're going to get that free two-way texting feature for a year. This is a over $100 value. Really, really excited to be able to offer this to you guys. This is a big, big deal. This is something that, again, is going to help you unify your system. You don't have to have separate services for texting. You've got your own business phone number and you're able to text and respond back and forth with your GetOiling dashboard. And it's totally free for you for a year. You're also going to get 1,000 extra marketing credits per month for life. Huge, right? Now you're also going to get 50% off of Go for Gold when you get started at annual. And you're going to get access to my personal branding intensive. This is where you get to work with me in a small group setting on uncovering your personal brand so that you know how to put yourself out there. You understand how to talk about what it is that you do, what you bring to the table so that you're able to work smarter and attract people to you who are ready to get started. This is something that we only offer a couple times a year, and you get this for free with a new annual membership at Basic and Up. Also, we're really excited to announce that in January, we are going to launch our How to Move Your Groups Off of Facebook, the definitive course on how to move your member groups, your business groups, your lead groups off of Facebook and into your own website with GetOiling. And you get access to this course and the live coaching for the first run of it when you get started at annual with Basic and Up. You'll also get a free domain so you can brand yourself with your own .com, yourname.com, and you will get 1 month free when you sign up at the annual level. Again, at Basic and above, pick a plan. Now, if you are signing up at Pro and Diamond, if you know you have a large team or a large list and you need a higher capacity, Strategy and Tech Consult is going to come to you for free. That's where you get to sit down with me for a full hour. This is a $500 value, and you're going to get this for free when you sign up at Pro or Diamond Annual. All right. Now, you also get, as always, a 30-day money-back guarantee when you sign up with us at Annual. If you decide that this is not for you, no questions asked. We want to see you happy, and if we're not a fit for you, that's okay. You're always going to have that money-back guarantee for 30 days when you get started with us. All right, so let's talk about how you can get access to these. First, you just go over and sign up. It's at GetOiling.com. There's a button on the page that says sign up. Now, if you are already a monthly member with us, hi, we love you. You can upgrade to annual to take advantage of all of these great specials. And if you are already an annual member, then we have a way for you to renew your membership so that you can get access to these things. And of course, if you have any questions, don't hesitate. We want to help you. Head over to support@getoiling.com and we will address those questions that you've got. Guys, we're so excited to work with you and to see you grow in the coming new year and to get access to these amazing bonuses that we have made available to you. So make sure you head over to GetOiling.com right now to get started. We'll see you on the next live session.